Well, in addition to back to school and college football, fall is also the season of retirement. Many people who are ready to call it quits from the workforce decide the end of the year is the perfect time to make their exit. So Michael Martinez, president of the Pension Group, is here to help us make that transition. And today he is joined by Barney Sullivan with a warning about pension mistakes. I want to welcome both of you guys to Daytime.
Well, thanks for having us.
All right, Mike, I don't think people realize that they have big decisions to make in regards to their pension, and those decisions have to be made before they actually leave their career, right?
Well, they do. I mean, what people don't want to do is get into a situation where they're trying to get ready to retire, they get their pension paperwork, they haven't really taken the time to evaluate what's going on with their pension plans. And you know, oftentimes there's times where you can find errors within pensions. This past 3 years, or this past year, we found over 3 pension errors in regards to people. And you know, I found pension errors. You know, a lot of people think of the word pension error as a small amount of money, and what I'm here to tell people, it's not. I mean, it can be a significant amount. You know, we've seen pension errors as little as $30,000, as much as $125,000 in someone's pension, as far as an error by either the company and plan administrator. Regardless, if an error occurs, you know, to address that and get it fixed.
Now, there is something called a pension calculator that you were talking about. Now, is that foolproof, or can mistakes happen even when you use that?
Well, I mean, it's something we take a look at. You know, we know with various companies that we work with, you know, different employees, what their pension should be in regards to that. The 10 most common pension errors is something that's put out by the Department of Labor that we use as a white paper that we give to people that we work with that are looking at retirement to make sure that there aren't those errors. But you know, we see errors of, you know, maybe not crediting for all years of service. Maybe, you know, another error we had this year was they had my one client by his middle name. Again, that's, believe it or not, that's a pension error in regards to that. You can't issue a check to someone's middle name.
Right, it could make a big difference.
Well,
I mean,
certainly,
that's the thing, yeah.
and a lot of these pension plans, they have to basically have things in by a certain period of time, and if they pass that deadline and all of a sudden these segmented rates increase, it drives that lump sum pension down, and in some cases people could lose $15,000, $20,000 in lump sum because of a simple error like that, in addition to these other errors.
Okay.
So it's something that people really need to understand, and if they have questions, that's why they need to, you know, contact us here at the Pension Group.
And Barney, you know all too well that mistakes can happen. So share your story and how your the error with your pension was discovered.
Well, thank you for asking. We were discussing, Michael and I were discussing the retirement options, and I looked at the lump sum activity, and which is one of the options my former employer offered. And we were in discussion with the company that manages the retirement plan there, and they were telling me that my lump sum payment would be this one figure. They would say, no, that number is correct. And our bottom line was, no, it's not.
Okay.
It is not accurate. And as it turned out, we found a $58,000 pension mistake on my behalf. So when we talked to the pension company, the managing company, they stated that it would take 2 to 3 weeks to get this turned around. And we had deadlines we had to meet in order to, because I wanted to retire March 1st.
Right,
And
you had that date in mind.
This
yeah.
date was set, and we had many other things already in motion building around that date. Well, with Michael's contacts, we were able to get this turned around basically over the weekend. We received my packet on a Thursday night. We discussed it, found the error, was on the phone with the managing company, and by Tuesday at my home I had a new packet, a revised packet of information that after the phone discussion we declared to be accurate.
So in a weekend, $58,000, Mike. I mean, that is big for anybody. And one of the best places, I think, for people to start and to kind of get the conversation rolling would be to go to your website. You have the retirement readiness kit there, right?
We do, and you know, we've had hundreds of people throughout the year download this. It's complimentary. You know, it goes over the 10 most common pension errors, the 5 most common 401k mistakes, how these segmented rates affect people's lump sum pensions. And that's great information, but we also have some videos, interactive videos that people can get educated on before they sit down with us. You know, I just had the great opportunity of retiring another associate here this week. And what was great is, you know, she already reviewed my stuff. She was referred to me. She was ready to retire because she knew that we understand their pension plan inside and out, and that's what's important, so people can get educated so they can make an informed decision when it comes to their retirement.
Okay, perfect. And they download that. That's where they can start and then set up an appointment with you or someone from your team. All the information on screen for the pension group. So Mike Barney, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much for having us today.